Hi Mendem and Gyaldem, welcome back to my channel. I am your host, as you already know. This is going to be a review on the one and only Versace Dylan Blue, which is in my opinion the best Versace fragrance, period. So let's get into this video. Fragrance. I think this fragrance smells amazing, and this is definitely one of Versace's greatest fragrances. And in my opinion, it's one of the best because I think it's the most well-rounded. You get that freshness from the Versace Per Homme. You also get that aquaticness from Versace Eau Man Très Fraîche. I think that's how it's called, I'm not too sure. Versace Man Eau Très Fraîche, yes. And you also get that sweetness. I think this is like a Trojan horse, you know? It's like the Mr. I can do it all type of fragrance. So let's get into the notes. So the top notes are Versace Dylan Blue are grapefruit, bergamot, and watery notes. Mid notes you can find some ambroxan, some patchouli, black pepper, and violet leaf. The base notes you get some incense, you get some musk, some tonka bean, and some saffron. I'll try to demonstrate the sprayer. As you guys may not be aware, I basically killed this fragrance. You will not be able to see how much is left, but there's like maybe 2 ml left with this fragrance. I will give you a trick though. If you are not aware or you don't know how to figure out how much you have left in a bottle of this kind where it's like dark, you should put a flashlight under the bottle and you'll be able to better see the amount of juice that you have inside of the fragrance. I will not demonstrate this now, but you guys can try that at home if you want. So let's check out the sprayer. Try to show. I think the sprayer is pretty decent. I really love this fragrance. This is very classy. Like when I put this on, I feel like a fresh out of a shower man that's well built. Like I'm physically well built, I feel fit, but I'm also ready to take on anything that's gonna come by my way. Like this really reminds me actually of Bleu de Chanel Parfum because of the way that this fragrance is like one of those blue fragrances, but it's not like a generic, it's like a king blue fragrance. It has this sweetness inside that like when it's all wrapped up together creates this beautiful concoction. Like it has it all, you know. It has the freshness, that straight out of a shower gel smell, you know, you smell clean, a bit of spice, and then boom, that sweetness, that amberiness. That's what I'm talking about. And when you have all of that, it makes not only a nice clean smell, but it makes it sexy, you know. And that's what gets the women. They like that. They don't just want a fresh smelling man, because everybody can smell fresh, you know. Take a shower, put some lemon juice under your armpits for all I know. Who knows, you know. When it smells fresh, it's not that hard. But the sweetness is what women love, but not overtly sweet. There needs to be a balance. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this got the balance. It has the balance, you know what I'm saying? When there's a scale, this is right there in the middle. Dylan Blue. I'm gonna call it Big King Dylan Blue for the gold cap and everything. I don't play with Dylan Blue, man. Don't play with Dylan Blue. Let me tell you how it smells to me. At first, what you get is a lot of bergamot and grapefruit. You get like a blast of that, straight off, a nice blast. And then you can also smell and pick up a bit of the black pepper in it, inside. Like when you smell it, you can smell black pepper inside this fragrance, but it's very light. What is more overwhelming in the beginning though is that bergamot as well as the grapefruit, and it's really well blended that they almost smell simultaneously the same, kind of orangish, limeish, and then you smell the grapefruit, but it's not piercing, it's not bitter grapefruit like you'll find in Dolce & Gabbana light blue. So it's very likable. Then when it starts to get to the mid, I start getting some more ambroxan, you know. It projects a lot. I get some of the violet leaf too. Starts to bring in a little bit of a sweetness, a bit of like a slight powdery, but it's not that powdery at all, honestly. And then you also get patchouli, which brings a bit of earthiness, but it's slight. It's more of the dark chocolate smelling patchouli because it's what helps with the sweetness. I have to say this is not very herbal. This is like, this fragrance, in my opinion, is very similar also to Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy, in the way that it's also like British Chanel's eau de parfum. They're blue fragrances, but they're a mix of everything. They have everything wrapped up in them, except that for that other fragrance that I might review, so stay tuned, it has more earthiness, more green, but it's also in the same category of like fresh ambery fragrance. So I would say it's very close to that one. When it dries down, like when it's at the base, that's when you start to get like the tonka bean, a bit of that muskiness, you know, and the saffron hits too. You can smell some of that saffron too, you know, right at the end. So it gives a little bit of that spice, that clean musk, you know. Really, I just have to say this is an amazing fragrance. And if you guys don't already know, from all the BS I've said since day one, from the beginning of this video, this to me is my favorite. Yes, Versace Dylan Blue. My favorite Versace fragrance that I have smelled. Like, if you want to get only one Versace fragrance, want to try it out, you want to give someone something, this is the best. Most well-rounded, you get fresh, you get sweet, you get that spicy, and that's all you need. Those three, it hits the spot. When it comes to longevity, you can expect this to stay for at least 8 to 10 hours. Maybe more if you overspray. Best season to wear this fragrance, trust me on this, guys. I'm not the only reviewer who says this, but this hits in the fall. Trust me when I tell you this. In the fall time, when the leaves start coming, when that cold start coming, that Halloween time, when you're gonna go rob those little kids' goodie bags and Halloween treats, don't do that, don't steal. But when that weather comes in, trust me, this is it. When the little wind hit your neck, you know, the little burst of wind, poof, poof, poof on your neck, that fragrance is gonna be lifted. It's gonna go penetrate the noses of the ladies and anybody that's around you. Let me give you guys a backstory on why I got a compliment on this fragrance. I was working outside, you know, not winter, it was still fall. And I was working outside and I was waiting to cross. There was a lady that was beside me. And the lady was just waiting with me. She said, hi, how you doing, whatever, you know. Normal things that happen on the job sometimes, right? So then basically, as the light switches, she told me, oh, yeah, by the way, your fragrance smells really nice. I was like, oh, really? Wow, thank you. And then I was like, what fragrance am I wearing today? You know, I like to switch it up. And I was like, damn, I'm wearing Versace Dylan Blue because it's that easy. You can just boom, boom, go. You know, it's a no-brainer fragrance. And I was wearing that and I was like, damn, she really smelled it. Because getting compliments on fragrances, especially from a complete random stranger, let me tell you, that's really rare, honestly. Because people are not comfortable enough to just come to a random stranger and say stuff. So you're mostly going to get a compliment from your uncle, your cousin, your sister, your mom, you know, those people before any random person just comes up to you and says, wow, you smell nice. So that was a big thing to me. But then I was like, how did she smell it? Because I wear this all season. You can wear this all season, no problem. But when you're wearing this in the fall, like I said, when that wind hits you, you have a nice trail with this. Like the sillage in the fall is nice. It's not room filler, but like at least 2 feet, you'll smell this for real. And I have to say, the sillage in this is pretty nice in general. Like, it will project, you know, and Broxton usually does that to fragrances. It helps it project. However, this is not a room filler, not at all. But it is a strong fragrance. If you consider that this is an eau de toilette, and most people have the concept that eau de toilettes are not as strong as a eau de parfum or a parfum concentration, this already debunks the myth, because this is an eau de toilette and it's stronger than a lot of eau de parfums that I've smelled before. So this is a strong fragrance. The price is pretty good. You can find this on discounters for a good $50, $70. I got this from Hudson Bay. There was this promotion where there was the fragrance also with this like nice leather Versace bag. I honestly got convinced because of the bag, otherwise it was like 120, 140 with tax from Hudson Bay for 100 ml. Not a bad deal, but you know, you can definitely find this on discounters. Might not a cap, but who cares? Swiss Army knife fragrance right here. You can put this all season, all weather, all conditions, any occasion, and it will do good for you. So trust me, this is a very good fragrance to buy, to gift, to keep. More masculine. You get the black pepper. It's kind of like, you know, a mix of like Sauvage with the black pepper, British Chanel with the grapefruit and the ambery sweetness at the end. Like, it's really the best all-round blue fragrance that money can buy when it comes to affordability. Because British Chanel, that's like, you know, premium. This is like mid-range, but it's still premium because the quality is there, even though the price is not as much as you'd expect from different fragrances from other designer companies. You won't go wrong with this fragrance. It's the best Versace has to offer when it comes to reliable, the most versatile. That's all I can say about this. If I have to rate this fragrance out of 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5 because it can get boring for some. If you get bored of fragrances fast, maybe get multiple fragrances. But if you just want one fragrance that can do it all, trust me, Versace Dylan Blue is the one for you. So if you enjoyed my video, please press like, comment down below, share, support a brother. You know, if you want more videos from me, please help me out, subscribe. It really helps, I appreciate it. Watch it to the end, you know, and help me out so I can make more quality fragrance reviews for you. Because like I like to say, and I think I've said this before, in the same background as well, as a regular consumer, I want to tell you if this is worth it or not. So that's what I'm trying to say. Is these fragrances, these designer fragrances that people like to talk about, really worth it, really worth your money? I'll waste my money so that you don't have to. So if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.